The game is underway. YouTuber Showdown, game 1. Receiving Yannick Cooper Cronk. He's through a gap. He's exposed the gap there. Now continuing to go to the left. And Sean Johnson exposes the offside defender. And Sean Johnson will race away and he will score. Gets a pass off to Red Raja, and Red Raja, he'll race away under the post is Red Raja, and he scores another try. He is one of the best wingers in the comp. And Corey Parker gets to Aaron Woods, gets to Cooper Cronk, and Cronk's through. Cronk is through. Cooper Cronk will score 80th minute. And Mr. Luke has won the first game of the series, and he'll be very, very happy with that. Now, we move on to game 2. A win sees Mr. Luke wrap up the series, while a win for InSaiyan keeps him in the series. This is YouTuber Showdown. Hello and welcome to Game 2 of YouTuber Showdown between Mr. Luke and InSaiyan. I am your commentator, Mr. Luke, and this game sees InSaiyan in desperate need of a win. He needs to win this game to stay in the series. Obviously, Game 3 will happen whether he wins or loses, but to have any part in the series, anything to play for, he needs to win this game. But first off, we're going to take a look at Mr. Luke's side. Now, this is the Dream Team side. You could just pick anybody they want as long as that was the only players that they picked. And we see Mr. Luke's side, Billy Slater, Simeon Raja and Marika Korobetti defend G and Flyers on the wings, as well as a legend in Billy Slater. In the centres, bit of a weird one. We've got Conrad Hurrell and Blake Ferguson. Ferguson, great player. Hurrell, a bit iffy on Conrad Hurrell. The halves, what a halves pairing it is, and it is the Queensland halves combination as well as the Australian halves combination with Jonathan Thurston and Cooper Cronk. It doesn't really get any better than that. Moving on to the front row, we have Aaron Woods, New South Wales representative, Australian representative, and Jesse Bromwich, obviously a New Zealand international. And then we have Cameron Smith, obviously probably going to be in the Immortal in the future. Back row is Simon Mannering, Jason Tamalala, and Corey Parker, and what a back row that is. And Simon Mannering, a workhorse, Tamalala is the power forward, Corey Parker, another workhorse, skillful player. Bench, and it's a good one. We have James Graham, we have Jared Hargreaves, Kevin Proctor, and Boyd Cordner, and that rounds out the side for Mr. Luke. Now, quick explanation if you didn't catch it before, we did a draft, or they did a draft, Mr. Luke and InSaiyan did a draft, and you could pick whoever you wanted, but if they picked Billy Slater, the other team couldn't pick Billy Slater then, so that's how it worked. Now let's take a look at InSaiyan side. It's actually a pretty interesting side. We've got Greg Inglis at fullback, with the youngster Valentine Holmes on one wing, and the great player Brett Morris on the other wing, arguably one of the best wingers in the comp. In the centres, we saw Michael Jennings, Justin Hodges, two State of Origin centres, obviously from New South Wales and Queensland, opposite sides, but now they're teaming up for this game, so great centre pairings there. We got a weird sort of combination here. We got Moses Mbai and Sean Johnson. Obviously Mbai, a youngster, a lot of people saying he's got big things ahead of him. Sean Johnson, how good he is, but he's an inexperienced halves pairing there compared to Mr. Luke's. Front row, we see Matt Scott, James Tumanu, the Cowboys props, who won the premiership. We've got Isaac Luke, the New Zealand international, moving to the Warriors next year. Back row sees Adam Blair moving back to the back row. We've got Aiden Guerra from the Roosters and Trent Merrin, New South Wales New South Wales representative in a lock. And the bench see Josh Rapali, Greg Bird, Alex Glenn, and Sam Casiano, all phenomenal players in their own rights. And InSaiyan, he's got a pretty nice side on Rugby League Live 3. Now, with all the team lineups done and all the pre-match hype done, let's move on to the actual game itself. See you in a second. And here we go. This is InSaiyan side making their way out onto the field. I believe Mr. Luke's side is already out there, and you can see the team lineups if you didn't catch them the first time. They're in the bottom left-hand corner, and in fact, Mr. Luke's team wasn't out there. They're running out, and you can see there it's played at Suncorp Stadium. No sort of allegiances to any of these side. Does the crowd? They're sort of just going there. I think they're wearing the blue because both sides obviously in blue. InSaiyan side last game was wearing yellow, black and white, I think it was. Maybe a bit of red in there. This game they're opting for the navy blue and grey, while Mr. Luke wearing identical team uniform kit to what they used in the first game. Now there's a kickoff. It's underway. Cooper Cronk gets him underway. It's run back by InSaiyan. I'm not sure who that is on the ball, but that is a phenomenal run first up. I think it might have been Justin Hodges or someone. I don't really know there. But Matt Scott, he takes up just a simple hit up there, and he's tackled by Aaron Woods. 30 metres out. You got Isaac Luke in a dummy half. Had Tamu to the left of him, but he ends up going to the right. I think that's Greg Inglis just there. That is a nice tackle there by Simon Mannering. That's the sort of tackle you want to be doing against Greg Inglis. Now, just a running up. and they get it out to the centres there. Conrad Harrell comes up with a tackle for Mr. Luke, moving it back into the centre of the field, and Moses Mbai puts it onto the boot, and that's a 4th tackle kick. I'm not sure if that's something you want to do against Mr. Luke. We saw last episode how deadly they are from kick returns at times and just in open space, and Billy Slater come up with a really nice kick return, chasing from Marker just here. That is a nice tackle, Conrad Harrell, but he did beat a few players, making a few metres in the process. Now Aaron Woods, here there's a hit up, and Cameron Smith just having a little bit of a dart out of dummy half there, get a few more metres out of them. Now Trent Marion is in at Marker, he goes across, didn't make the tackle, but Thurston on the ball here, and he's tackled by Sean Johnson, 45 metres out, and Sean Johnson, transformation in the face, better player model for this game. Now Cameron Smith darts out dummy half, gets it to Billy Slater. Billy Slater will take on Greg Inglis, but he's Jonathan Thurston in support. Thurston, can he make it to the line? Inglis comes across but can't get there, and Jonathan Thurston will open the scoring for Mr. Luke's side. And what a try that was. Billy Slater getting into space there, and that was just phenomenal work there. Obviously, like we said, Billy Slater in space, and he was up against Inglis. Now, a lot of people would have just taken the tackle against Inglis. Billy Slater decided to take him on, saw that there was Jonathan Thurston in space, got the cutout pass to him, or the big pass to him, about 10-20 metre pass, and Thurston, well, not quite untouched, but he did get there nonetheless. So that is a try. See Jonathan Thurston running to the line, Inglis coming across late, can't quite get him as Thurston was diving to the line by the time he got there. Now Jonathan Thurston, the try scorer, can he kick his own goal? Mr. Luke fans would like to think that he can. You got a strong win going from left to right, and 6-4 or 6-0 it should be the scoreline any second here as they put it straight over. Jonathan Thurston 1 from 1 as the referees say it is okay. Now both sides make their way back for the kick-off, and what a start that's been for Mr. Luke's side. Whirlwind start just there, absolutely phenomenal. Just everything's going to plan so far, and I've got to say, great stuff there with Billy Slater and Jonathan Thurston backing up. Now Sean Johnson obviously going to get the game back away. He's the one kicking the ball any second now, and here we go. We are back underway, 6-0. It's a bit of a short kickoff, a little bit of those ones where the game sort of decides that it doesn't want to kick it very long by the looks of things. But he was wrapped up there pretty well. I'm not sure who it was, Cameron Smith or someone, but Cooper Cronk throws a dummy and he goes through. Cooper Cronk will take on Greg Inglis. He tries to take him on again, cuts back inside. He's got support there. Oh, he had a runner there. That was Billy Slater. He was coming on the inside. He just couldn't get the pass to him. To get a pass, however, to someone else. Now brought down immediately, as well as Jesse Bromwich just being brought down there by Sean Johnson. Now going to the right-hand side of the field, Blake Ferguson. He pushes along and he drags himself another few metres. Valentine Holmes making the tackle and going back into the middle of the field here. 4th tackle. Jesse Bromwich passes to Cooper Cronk, but it's a bad pass there, and they've ended up losing some metres. But what a set that was, and what a start to the game Mr. Luke has had. InSaiyan. Oh, Mr. Luke, can he score? Oh, Tamalalo. It has been ruled a knock-on from the knockback, or the bat back, and it was Billy Slater under it. I think it was up against Inglis, and so far Billy Slater is winning the battle against Greg Inglis, and in general Mr. Luke winning the battle against InSaiyan. Now Sean Johnson just taking a run, and he gets it into space there. I'm not sure who that was, and they throw an offload, and Simon Mettering picks it up 10 metres out, less than 10 metres out there, and this is prime position for Mr. Luke to strike. If he gets another try here, I think you can nearly say game over for InSaiyan. The game doesn't go for that long, so they haven't got a lot of time to make up a lot of points there. Cameron Smith in a dummy half. Corey Parker had the ball. There's a lot of space to the left, and they go for the inside pass to Aaron Woods, and he's held up over the line. I think yes, he is held up over the line. I thought for a second maybe he could have reached out, but he didn't. And yes, we take another look at the replay here. Aaron Woods. He goes over, and that's a strong tackle. Well, he didn't catch who it was who made the tackle. I think it might have been Moses Mbai who got himself under there. So held up, 4th tackle. We go 10 metres out, 22 minutes in. Jonathan Thurston going across to the right, throws a dummy, or pump fakes. Gets to Billy Slater, who dragged himself another few metres there. Sean Johnson making the tackle. We've got Thurston to the right-hand side, Tamalalo to the left, I think it was. And Thurston is brought down by Sean Johnson. Just too much speed did Sean Johnson have there, and Thurston was no chance of getting away. Now, play the ball just happens there. Sam Casiano off the bench. That's a strong first run. Palms off Cameron Smith. You don't see Cameron Smith getting palmed off too often there. And Jonathan Thurston is actually penalised for holding on too long. That is very, very poor by JT, future immortal. But Casiano, what an impact he's had. Immediate impact off the bench there. And I think the bench rotation will actually be an interesting one in terms of how the game plays out. Now, Mr. Luke's side, he's got players who can play long minutes as well as InSaiyan side. It'll be interesting to see, do they go for the big impact players, or do they go for players having long bursts and then come on and play for short amounts of times. I think I just said the same thing in 2 different ways, but we'll go with that. Now, Matt Scott taking a run up here. Cameron Smith making the tackle 40 metres out from Mr. Luke's try line. Now, Sean Johnson just jumped into dummy. Oh, no, it wasn't Sean Johnson. It was Isaac Luke there. But taking on the player, I think it was Moses Mbai just there. Now, Isaac Luke jumps into dummy half. Mbai was tackled there by Billy Slater. Perfect around the legs tackle. And the ball's hit the deck here. Cooper Cronk comes and makes a tackle on them. Oh, my God. They're straight through the gap. They are through the gap. And that is Aiden Guerra, who'll open the scoring for InSaiyan. And what a turn of events this game has had. That penalty up the other end really has hurt Mr. Luke there. He was all over InSaiyan, and that penalty has changed everything. InSaiyan back into the game there. You see the ball knocked down by Mr. Luke, but it's picked up by Isaac Luke, I think it was. And the ball ends up finding its way to Aiden Guerra as he goes over untouched there, just hitting the line like a good back rower does it. Aiden Guerra is very, very good at that. Let's take a final look at the replay here. Just running up, you see the ball hit the deck there. Isaac Luke gets the ball. Gets it to Greg Inglis, who gets it to Aiden Guerra. Aiden Guerra goes from the 10-metre line straight over the try line. See Simon Mannering with a bit of a comical dive there. Corey Parker's actually the closest for Mr. Luke's side, but yeah, it's definitely game on here. 6'4", soon to be 6'4", you would think. Sean Johnson, not the best goal kicker, but he's a very capable one, and he slots that over straight over the black dot there. And InSaiyan, it is 6-all. He's back in the game. Now 30 minutes in, there's only 10 minutes left in the half, which equates to, I'm not sure exactly what it is for human time, but maybe 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. Probably about 2 minutes, I would say. And Cooper Cronk, he will get us back underway. As we saw before, there is a strong breeze running left to right for Mr. Luke's side. And you see here, it's a pretty good kickoff, we got to say. It's a pretty deep one, and it's caught by Inglis, I think it was, as he races back to the middle after passing it off to the winger Valentine Holmes. Now right here, taking just a hit up here, and Sean Johnson gets it into Max Scott, who's in a bit of space, but he's brought down there by Corey Parker, and Thurston coming across there. Isaac Luke jumping in the dummy half here, as he should as a hooker. And that is a weird sort of pass. Moses Mbai takes it to the line, but he's tackled by Waria Hargreaves, and that's the interchanges I'm talking about. Boyd Cordner and Waria Hargreaves involved in that tackle. And they go to the right-hand side, and that is a strong tackle by Conrad Hurrell on his opposition number there in the centres. Now, are they going to go for it looked like they were steadying themselves there for a kick. They end up with the ball here, and I think that might be Johnson. Johnson into the space, but he's tackled. Oh, he's got an offload away. Billy Slater came up with the tackle initially. They got an offload away, and it is 5th and last. They get it out to the right-hand side to in the wing position. I'm not sure who it was, but Raja picks it up. And this is probably going to be one of the final chances for Mr. Luke. He passes it off, and it hits the deck. There's nobody there. Cameron Smith goes back and retrieves it. He gets an offload away himself here, and Raja's in a bit of space. Oh my God, had Raja just held the ball, maybe he could have ran through there, but Ferguson ends up catching the ball and taking the tackle. Mr. Luke needs to just get to half-time, play some smart footy there. The person does that, just runs it up, hits it up for the last play of the first half there. And you see the boys all walking off the field, and into 6-all at a half-time. What a first half it's been, and we'll come back and we'll take a look at the half-time stats and the highlights of the first half in a second after this ad. See you then, guys. So we're back from the first half, taking a look at the stats here and the highlights of the first half. And as you can see there, it is 6-all between MrLuke and InSaiyan, with tries to Jonathan Thurston, Aiden Guerra, and goals to Thurston and Sean Johnson. Now, it's been a pretty eventful game without there being too many tries, but it's been a fair few line breaks. You can see there are 5 line breaks in total. Missed tackles kept to a minimum. We thought that MrLuke had the better of the opening, but you can see here completions and just the more sets in general there for InSaiyan, which tells you otherwise that MrLuke has been dominating. So InSaiyan definitely in the game. He hasn't had more time in possession, which is something that might be a little bit alarming to him. But we'll take a look at the highlights from the first half. And Billy Slater, he gets it to Jonathan Thurston, who will open up the scoring here. Inglis came across late, but that is just great work there by Billy Slater down the right edge, and then cutting back to the middle there. Now, just the one try here to InSaiyan side, as well as Inglis gets the ball there to Aiden Guerra, and it was 6-all. There was 10 minutes to go in the first half, but not too many highlights in terms of tries, but there's a lot of entertaining stuff happening in this game. And take a look at one more ad break, and then we'll go back to the second half, and hopefully the second half is as good as the first half, because I thoroughly enjoyed that first half. See you then, guys. And here we are, welcoming you to the second half of the YouTuber Showdown between MrLuke and InSaiyan. This is game 2, and InSaiyan, he's fighting for the life of his side here to stay in the series. Obviously, he needs to win this one. MrLuke wins this, the series is all wrapped up. Obviously, game 3 will happen regardless. But here we have the second half. It's underway. Aaron Woods runs it back, and that is a strong first tackle, a strong first run as well there. Cameron Smith gets it to Corey Parker as they hit the left-hand edge, and that's a great offload by Menering to Harold. Gets it to Raja, and he's going to be brought down there by Greg Inglis. I think it might have been Isaac Luke who was chasing there as well, or Justin Hodges, one of the two. Simon Menering will palm off one. I think it's Moses Mbai who he palms off, but he is eventually brought down there. And they're already on the halfway mark. Third tackle, going across field there. Jesse Bromwich ends up with the ball after receiving a pass from Corey Parker. And this is a great start to the game by MrLuke here. InSaiyan will be feeling very threatened at this stage there. Corey Parker maybe could have got a pass off there to Aaron Woods, but he doesn't. They take the tackle, and they will hit Jonathan Thurston here on the right, and they'll kick it straight down the throat of Valentine Holmes, as you can see here. And he beats the first player. Billy Slater beats Thurston as well, but is eventually brought down by Jason Tumbalalo and Jesse Bromwich there in a 2-man tackle. Now inside, InSaiyan gets it to James Timer, who gets Moses Mbai in a lot of space there, and MrLuke very vulnerable on their left-hand edge and InSaiyan's right-hand edge there. You can see there, they get the ball. Inglis gets a pretty poor pass off to Alex Glenn, I think it is, but he gets a pass off to Hodges, I think it was, and Brett Morris will palm off Cooper Cronk, and you see Brett Morris in a lot of space here, gets a pass off, and that is Isaac Luke backing up. Isaac Luke takes it around the defender. Isaac Luke, he will score the try, and he will put InSaiyan side into the lead there. And what a play that was by Isaac Luke. And that was Brett Morris as well. That was made by him. And there was a few weird offloads. I didn't really think that anything would have came from that. As you can see there, InSaiyan passing the ball back here. I thought the play would have died right there. But instead they chance their arm and they take on the defence. Raja got drawn in, as well as Cronk missing the tackle, which is something that he doesn't usually do. And Simon Menering was the final player to get beaten there. And obviously Isaac Luke races away. There was a little bit of a glitchy sort of run there by the looks of things. But we'll take one final look at it. That was a great palm there with Brett Morrison. We understand how good of a winger he actually is, and when you see him do that sort of stuff, it's pretty evident as to why he's heavily regarded as being the best winger in the comp. Although Red Raja, who he's up against, obviously heavily regarded as being one of the best as well. But Brett Morris on his day, easily the best winger in my opinion. Now, they had a 4-point lead there. InSaiyan kicks the goal with Sean Johnson, and they now have a 6-point lead, and they are looking pretty good in terms of going on with this game, you would have to think. I think whoever strikes first in the second half would eventually go on with it, and I know it's very early on and it's a big call to make, but MrLuke, they are in grave danger here of losing the game. They're in a lot of trouble. But you can see here, they're going to kick the ball, using the State of Origin ball, mind you, as well. And there's a lot of wind behind them as well, so that could come into their favour. The wind running from right to left now, well, up and down to us, I should say, with a little bit more wind going behind MrLuke's side. But they started this play off very, very well, as InSaiyan, attacking right from the kickoff. But Raja eventually brings down, which I think is maybe Hodges or Sean Johnson. I think that's actually Isaac Luke, to be honest. And then Brett Morris, he gets absolutely monstered there by Ria Hargrave. That is a great tackle by Hargraves. And that's what you need. You need something like that to stop momentum. But they get it to Greg Inglis. Inglis is through a gap. He's up against Billy Slater. Billy Slater will chase Greg Inglis. It's a foot race. Billy Slater will get to him. And that is great work there by InSaiyan. And that is great work there by Billy Slater, covering MrLuke's ass there. And he does give away a penalty there He's got a tough decision in saying, does he take the 2 or does he go for the tap? But we'll see that he does take the tap, so he doesn't waste any time. Pretty much a quick tap, and he gives the ball away straight away, and that is a killer there for InSaiyan. They could have put the final nail in the coffin there. Instead, they give MrLuke an opportunity here, and Red Raja, he's tackled there by Brett Morris, about 27 metres out from his own line there. Coronado runs it up, and there's an offside penalty of their own there, and it is Justin Hodges, I think, who comes across there and makes that very poor play there. They didn't need to do that. But while MrLuke's making his decision there, let's take another look at that inside ball. That is absolutely beautiful stuff there, Greg Inglis. I thought he would have had the legs to get there, but Billy Slater is so fast in this game. It's incredible. And now you understand why MrLuke picked Billy Slater for that fullback position. Now they finally come back to it. Obviously, MrLuke was going to take kick for goal, but making interchange and all that sort of stuff, you know, it's no easy thing. So they needed to get that all sorted there. So pretty good touch finder, we have to say there. But the first tackle is made. It's on Corey Parker as well. I think it might have been Isaac Luke. And oh my God, what is MrLuke's sides doing? They're all just getting very, very bunched. Is that a sign that they're very fatigued? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Get it to Jonathan Thurston, who double pumps there, throws a bit of a dummy, but gets it to Billy Slater, who's brought down 20 metres out from InSaiyan's line there. Actually attacking pretty decently at the moment here, but they get it to Kronk, and he's brought down pretty easily there by Moses Mbai. They've got options to the left, options to the right. They go to the left. There's a stack of numbers just here. Simon Menering gets the Red Raja, and then InSaiyan, they covered very, very well there. They got lots of bodies over in that area, but they're going to put up a bomb here by the looks of things. Cooper Kronk, this Simon Menering up against Sean Johnson, I think, or Isaac Luke, and they get the ball, and Corey Parker will end up scoring. Corey Parker, MrLuke, is right back in the game there. The number 13 from MrLuke's side, he scores the points, and that was Simon Menering getting under that ball. I think it was up against Isaac Luke, if I'm totally honest with you here, but we'll get another look at it. See there, Cooper Kronk launches at the bomb, Simon Menering getting under it. Very fatigued Isaac Luke, I think, by the looks of things, was up against Simon Menering, a fresh Simon Menering, and he grabs the ball and he gets it off to Corey Parker. One final look at it. It is a left-footed bomb you see there by Cooper Kronk. Not something he's renownedly known as doing. He's more of a right-footer that you could tell by the looks of things. It's not Cameron Smith, you're not seeing things. It was Cooper Kronk, in fact, putting up the bomb there. See, Inglis was there and about, but just didn't get himself in position there, and that has cost him dearly, in my opinion. I think InSaiyan really needed to survive that set. Had they survived that set, I think they would have went on to win this game convincingly, but they haven't. They've conceded a try, and it is an even ball game once again here. MrLuke, this is exactly what he wants. He wants a tight game, and I'm not sure how InSaiyan does it under pressure here, but I know MrLuke very, very good in these circumstances. See here, Sean Johnson putting the ball on the kicking tee. He will get us underway, but there is less than 15 minutes to go in this game, and MrLuke looking to wrap up the series. InSaiyan looking to stay in the series here. But here's the kickoff. You see there, it's down the middle, and it's another one of those glitchy sort of kickoffs here. Cameron Smith throws a dummy, gets it to Corey Parker, and they're attacking straight from the kickoff. Jonathan Thurston gets it to Hurrell, gets it to Raja. Oh, and he's tackled there by Brett Morris. What a start to that set. That is absolutely perfect start to the set, really. But Hurrell throws a dummy himself there, nearly goes through. Now, MrLuke, they look to be in fine form here in attacking. They're making plenty of meters here. Third tackle. Maybe they might snap a field goal here. Who knows? But James Graham will take a hit up, and he's chased by the marker, and they make a tackle just there. It is number 14 there for InSaiyan, who came up with a tackle. There's the offside play there. Thurston exploits the offside play, takes it around Inglis, palms off one. I think it's Isaac Luke, and Jonathan Thurston will score a try, put them ahead. And what a try. Jonathan Thurston, take a bow. That was absolute perfection, that try. Exposed an offside defender there, as they did in the first game. I think it was Sean Johnson in that game. This time it's Jonathan Thurston, and he just goes straight through. He did weave his way through, but you can see here, changing plays was insane. Just a little bit slow to react there, and Isaac Luke had no chance of making that tackle as Thurston comes up with a huge palm as he just throws Isaac Luke off him. He's taken another look. Jonathan Thurston just weaves his way through. Inglis maybe was a chance there, but he took it straight around him. Johnson came across as well, but couldn't get there. He does make a late dive, but no one was going to be catching Jonathan Thurston as he scores his second try of the game, and maybe the match sealer. Maybe it is the match sealer. MrLuke, he scored 18 points in the first game. Probably going to match that right now, although InSaiyan didn't score any points in that first game. But Jonathan Thurston taking a lot of time here, just trying to take up a little bit more time on the clock there. There wasn't any danger of him actually missing the goal, you wouldn't think. But 3 from 3, Jonathan Thurston, what a game he's had. Man of the match so far, in my opinion here. And his counterpart, Sean Johnson, will get the game back underway. Do they go for the short kickoff, or do they go for the long kickoff and hopefully come up with a forced error or something? Just wait for MrLuke to make a mistake. That is the question, and they are going to go for the short kickoff. Who's getting under it? Looks like Cameron Smith. He knocks it back, and Matt Scott kicks it. He picks it up and kicks it. but they get the ball back. InSaiyan, oh my god, this is actually an insane play here. Billy Slater comes up with a try saver on his own line there, holds them down for the penalty. That is something they need to do. They reset the line here. They didn't waste too much time, did InSaiyan. They hit the edges there, and Mbai tried to take it around them, couldn't get there, and this is just insane pressure there by InSaiyan. Can Mr. Luke hold out? He'll do something very phenomenal here if he can withhold this pressure. But he's only a few metres out from line there. Billy Slater comes up with another tackle. He's had a great game as Billy Slater. They hit the middle here. They pass a really, really long pass there, and they'll shut down very, very quickly. It was Cameron Smith who raced up very fast. Running there is Cameron Smith again from marker, coming up with a big tackle. It's fourth. They're wasting a lot of tackles here, is InSaiyan. That's another one, another little dada dummy half doing nothing, which Cameron Smith comes up with a big tackle. Expending a lot of energy though, so a repeat set will do wonders for them right here. But Matt Scott ends up with the ball here. Matt Scott, he runs to the line. It's another tackle by Cameron Smith, and that is a handover, and that is what you would assume will be the match winner right there. Cameron Smith, that was absolutely phenomenal stuff here, but we'll take a look at one of these not so finer moments here. He knocks it back straight into the arms of Matt Scott, who picks it up, puts in a grub, and you see James Graham nearly grabs a hold of it, but Matt Scott, he grabs it, and they get away with that to Mr. Luke's side, and they might have just won the series. And there's a penalty. That will wrap it up there. That's the final nail in the coffin for me. Sean Johnson racing up there, trying to force the error, instead giving away a penalty. Now let's take a look at that final play, fifth tackle there. I'm not sure what they were doing. Where were the halves? Where were they? Instead it ends up with a prop. That's not what you want at that part of the game. You know, you're needing a try. You need to put up a bomb or something there. And you see here, Mr. Luke's side, they'll just run down the clock. Here it is, 80 minutes up. Kevin Proctor, I'm not sure how much game time he's actually played, but he's got involved there, and he takes a run. And that's how it will end, 18-12. What a game that was. InSaiyan will be very, very disappointed, bitterly disappointed in that game. He really should have won that one, in my opinion. He had the lead late on, and it took some really, really good work there by Mr. Luke to force a bit of a comeback there. Now we'll take a look at the highlights as we wrap up this game here. 18-12 obviously was the final score. Thurston scoring 2, Parker scoring 1 for Mr. Luke, with Thurston kicking 3 goals. Isaac Luke and Aiden Guerra scoring 4 InSaiyan side, with Sean Johnson kicking both goals, and Jonathan Thurston man of the match, rightly so in my opinion. Take a look at the stats, but the completions, like the more sets, it looks like InSaiyan maybe should have, you know, won the game. I mean, Mr. Luke had made less tackles and that sort of stuff, but you know what, I think it was a pretty fair game. Let's take a look at the actual highlights of the game here. You see the first try, it was Cameron Swift getting it to Billy Slater, the Storm combination followed up by the Queensland combination here as they get the ball to Jonathan Thurston, race away, and he'll score his first try of the game. Inglis came in late, but he couldn't get there. And that was followed up by a try to InSaiyan to get himself back in the game, which made it 6-all at this stage after the goal was kicked by Sean Johnson. But just a perfect little inside pass there to from Greg Inglis to Aiden Guerra, and that was something that InSaiyan tried to do quite often, was that little inside pass. Now they run it on the second tackle here. Didn't look like much was going on until they got it to the edges. Brett Morris palms off Cooper Cronk, just opens up this play completely here. Gets it to Isaac Luke, who takes it around Simon Mannering, and that is great play there by InSaiyan. And that made the lead 12-6 after they kicked the goal there, and we thought from then on they would go on with it, but obviously not by the final scoreline, as Mr. Luke mounts the comeback here. Simon Mannering gets the ball, he rises high, gets it to Corey Parker, and they scored the try, evening up the scoreline there at 12-all after Thurston kicked the goal. And you might have seen there, offside defender, they just take it straight around him, they palm off Isaac Luke, and they go away and they score through Jonathan Thurston, and that was what decided the game in the end. That was a match sealer. Jonathan Thurston, man of the match, and that is where the video is going to end. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, because this takes a lot of editing and, you know, just a lot of work in general. Go take a look at InSaiyan's channel. It'd be much appreciated if you haven't, like, if you're just subscribed to me, go subscribe to InSaiyan as well, and vice versa. But make sure you come back here for Game 3. It's the same time as next week, and we will see Game 3, which is, you know, the series already wrapped up. Mr. Luke obviously winning the series, but InSaiyan, he's playing for pride. He doesn't want to see a 3-0 a whitewash in this first ever YouTuber Showdown, and Mr. Luke obviously will be looking to get that whitewash, that 3-0, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. Like I said, it is same time next week. Team lineups going up 4:30 on Friday, so make sure you go take a look at that and come back next week. And once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.